Well, again, I'm gonna add another Playforever to my small collection. This is my third one actually. But if you're interested here, the dimensions. This is a large one, 450 grams. This is a heavy one too. But it's so cool looking. It's what's the description of this thing? 60s New York, Maverick Heat. So slab-sided vehicles. Yeah, to me it looks kind of like the back end of this looks like the third generation Thunderbird. The front though, I don't know. Plymouth Fury. I'm not sure, but it definitely looks cool without the A pillar there. All right, I guess we don't even need to look at this website because we can just look at the toy. So yeah, we have a pretty big box, of course. What I like is it's cardboard, so it's not gonna pollute us too much. And this is the black and white version. Here's a little story of the company itself, and then let's get this going. Okay. Interesting. It's a mix of cardboard and foam. Paper is abrasive, so I'm not a fan of paper on something so glossy and nice looking. But the foam is smart. It's not. So actually, this cardboard isn't really even touching the car. So I think this makes sense if foam is expensive. Oh, the foam's actually even glued to the paper. So good design of the packaging there to get me the product safely. I'm a little curious as to why this cardboard is stained like this. What could be? Is it some sort of vapor or oil from the tires leaching into this paper possibly? Maybe that's the reason, because it's not, right? Well, yeah, all rubber, even synthetic rubbers outgas and go bad eventually. Yeah, so we saw the dimensions, and yes, this is big. It's like a 1/18 scale car. And it's extremely glossy, as you can see my reflection there. Luckily I'm wearing a shirt today. I'm gonna keep this rag handy because being black is just gonna pick up my fingerprints. Well, let's start at the bottom. Alright, so nice branding there. This white is, everything is just so smooth and clear. I feel like this is clear coated, like automotive clear coat. But and the Playforever is underneath that clear coat. That's what's really impressive. Even this, I think the printing of this white is underneath the clear coat. I don't feel any ridging from the tampo print. So what I like is it tells you what it is, so you can pick it up without a box, and you know it's called from the Maverick series, black and white style Heat, and it is 5 years old now. Right? So I like dates on things, so I know it helps set the value of things. So the company information and the website CE approval, and you can see these nice treaded tires. They're nicely rounded this way and also this way. So old school tires, they look like balloons because they are rubber balloons if you think about a tire. So I really like how that's really bowed out. And I also like how the Playforever is raised up here like you would see on a real tire. And then the wheel is painted white, super shiny as well. I don't think it's paint. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Maybe it's not painted. It might just be molded white plastic. But it's so glossy. I don't know if that's a raw plastic finish or if they even went to paint. Maybe they even painted the wheel. But clearly the middle, you got this chromed plastic piece. Very cool, very shiny indeed. Yeah, this is literally a mirror, right? You can, it's crazy. All right, yeah, this text here, I can't feel any of that. So I feel like this plastic, they printed on it and then they clear coated it. So that's really cool. So sheriff and a nice gold star, and then we have these little sphere people in here. Again, really shiny and smooth, so possibly clear coated, these little spheres. It's crazy. I have a square LED and look how good the reflection is of it. Alright, this roof, yeah, no A pillar, very cool. Nice thick ABS plastic, I guess. That's what the website says. They're made of ABS. It's really shocking that this is strong enough. I don't know. I feel like if a kid stepped on this could break. I don't know. But it definitely looks cool. It's just so weird to have a car without an A-pillar. So really cool design. And then you got these really big lights up here. Granted, they don't really light up. It's just solid red. But again, I think it's clear coated. It's just so shiny. I don't think raw plastic can ever be this shiny. It just has to be painted. Okay. So naturally it's a separate piece. I see a break. I'm just checking its durability. It seems pretty rigid in there, as it should be, as is a toy. And okay, now the rear. Yeah, this highly chromed bumper. And this recess is nice. It's just showing, I think, the black of the body back here. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could add some red paint in there, but then you're starting to add details that aren't meant to be, and the more details makes it look too cluttered, I think. So there's a certain balance of simplicity that makes things look cool, or too much detail, and then it starts to age quickly. Is appeal. Same with the front end. Yeah, no indication of headlights. Just almost like a pig nose, actually. They look like nostrils in a way. So this is where I'm a little thrown off. I don't know what may have been the inspiration for this, but it definitely looks like a big chrome bumper that you would have seen on cars from the 70s and before. Okay, yeah, we got a power bulge here. Pretty big power bulge on the hood of this. It's really wide. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. 450 grams. It's going to roll very well with so much momentum and inertia. Even though it has rubbery tires, the weight of it is what makes it roll so well. Yeah, very cool. And pretty high ground clearance as well. So, pretty steep angle of approach. Not so much on the departure. I'm just thinking if you want to build a ramp and jump it, I think you could, right? Because that's when the nose touches, and that's where the back touches. But just like the Viglietta, well, no, maybe this is equally balanced because both sides kind of bounce up. So I'm just wondering if it did launch, would it land balanced or be nose heavy or not? But I'm not going to test it. This is too nice. So I'm going to just polish this up and display it elsewhere. So here's the Viglietta. So this is from the Verve series, which is their smallest line of cars, and it's awesome. I still love it. I think it could be, I don't know which is my favorite. And then my second review was this used Clyde. And so really it looks like three totally different generations of design, like the 1930s, although the website says this is from the 50s. And then this looks like a 50s car to me, like a 550s Spider, or maybe it's 1960s or something. And then this to me looks like 1960s to 1970s. So chronologically, that's the styling cues I'm picking up here. They're not supposed to be real cars, of course, right? Just make you think of real cars. So that's kind of the fun of it, wondering what cars these guys were thinking of when they designed these things. So I think it's really smart that they also have the different sizes for the kids. A 3-year-old kid is going to have some really small hands, so you may want to start them off with that. When they grow a little older, you go to the bigger ones. Or me, I'm a full-grown adult, and I'm loving these things. Guess we should take this for a spin. Alright, unfortunately this thing is so black that it's really actually even hard to see it. It's just like right there, it just vanishes against the black of the monitor behind us. But I just wanted to give you guys a low angle. Alright, so here's a higher angle. In conclusion, this is a fantastic toy. If you want to spoil your child or influence your child to love automobiles in the future, I think this would be a lasting impression. It would be great ingrained in their subconscious. The styling elements here. But yeah, the actual playability is nice because it rolls very well, of course. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll probably get another one relatively soon. Bye.